Hey guys, it's the Metroid review. Have Team Ninja made a good game without resorting to breast physics? Well, who knows? Well, apart from me. So, the D-pad controls. Don't worry, Team Ninja's just managed to pull it off. FPS view is used by punching with the Wii remote, whilst everything else is handled with the handheld but on its side. So there's really two core types of combat in this game. There's the sort of big drawn out fights that usually involve Samus going all over the place and like going doing crazy moves, and there's the sort of little enemies that just get in your way. I think the game is much worse in the second half because of these little enemies. They don't really put any new fights in for you, so and fights are way more fun. I think with only the story is okay, but it definitely can't held up on its own. In fact, the story's kind of a bit cliche. Uh, it's hilariously cliche. Though. Basically, the whole story is that Samus goes to the bottle ship and sees some guys she knows, and they're all like, "Oh, hey, Samus," and you see the Remember Me guys all like, "Remember me?" And then they all get killed, and it's slightly predictable, and there's lots of side characters that don't do anything. Um, so you're left with an unsatisfactory story, really. And the final boss is a great spectacle at first, but then there's a sort of bonus story thing at the very end, and it has Phantoon from Super Metroid, and I mean massive Phantoon, and he is just so much better than the final boss. There's loads of lasers and dodging stuff, yeah, that's really satisfying. Anyway, so as you can see, I'm sort of trying to repair a computer room here, showing you off the sense move, which where when an enemy is about to attack you, you can press right, left, or right on the D-pad and sort of dodge out of the way. I haven't played this game in ages though, so that's why I'm kind of doing a bit badly. Yeah, so I've got charge move and all the original Metroid patented stuff. And the objective in this one is to destroy the hives and get the computer back on for some reason, I can't remember. There's sort of a 3-hub system, if you know what I mean, like 3 levels. There's the biosphere, which is forests and stuff, which I'm about to show you now, pyrosphere, and the wind sphere or something like that. Also, in elevators and stuff in certain parts of the story, you can sort of walk around in a sort of Resident Evil over the shoulder mode. It's horrible with the D-pad. It's just, look, I'm just walking about, and why they thought to have a 3D type thing using the D-pad is really stupid, and especially when you have nothing to do. I guess this elevator is just a loading thing, but come on! I think this game peaks too early, really. I think in the first couple of times, like when you're just exploring the different spheres, it's a much more fun game because you're just having totally new stuff. In the second half, it gets a bit down because there's nothing new to find really. It's just like secret rooms and in other areas, and you're just going from place to place, and it's slightly dull, and it probably pushed the score down for this game, if I'm honest. So yeah, I'm about to show you one of the big fights that I talked about earlier, rather than these little bug things. Check this out. Ooh, snap! Oh, spin, 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 spin. Right, so I can show you the overblast and stuff in this fight. Basically, for this boss fight, you have to missile the invisible creatures out. This is one of the best bosses in the game, actually, apart from, yeah, the first bosses is actually much better. They offer far more fun and cool stuff than this. Samus is really cool character to see moving and stuff. I think this game engine was kind of suited better to like someone from Tomb Raider or something. though, because Samus is sort of like a heavier character. Like Master Chief, have you ever seen the animation Samus vs Master Chief? Master Chief's all doing crazy kung fu stuff, and Samus is just like sort of being the stamina type for it, and she beat Master Chief in the end. So Overblast, you basically jump on an enemy's head and convert them out. It's so satisfying. Seriously, especially with these guys, which basically just walking over blasts. And it's weird as well. The power-ups and things, once you've played a lot of enemies, you can actually see them, but it doesn't help at all. It's a very good way of discovering power-ups and stuff, because you just never know where to find stuff, and it's like, oh, I see this, but how do I get to it? Which is kind of challenge that you expect from a Metroid game. But there is none of the power-up type things that were in Super Metroid or Metroid Prime. It's just that this game is really linear, which should be the like for a Metroid game. Like, they just put nostalgia in sometimes. Also, I didn't show you this in this video, but there's sometimes bits where the camera goes into first person and you have to find a specific thing in the ground. Like, there's one bit where basically it's a massive snowy drift and you have to search for one tiny thing they can barely see. So here's Adam Malkovich, Samus's best friend. Well, not best friend, sort of theoretical dad. He's a slightly predictable character, but when he does, well, when stuff happens to him, you do like sort of feel for him, and he is a character that you get to know quite closely. But he is well, the whole team is introduced in a really sort of weird cutscene where, you know that in the trailers how Samus always puts her thumb down at stuff, and it's like theoretical thumbs, metaphorical thumbs down. Yeah, basically she was doing that for no reason. Yeah, you got me right. There is no reason for her to put her thumbs down. Everyone else puts their thumbs up. She just puts her thumbs down because she's a girl. Yeah, it's not well explained. A lot of people have complained about Samus being sort of like a bit princessy in this game. I would say that's quite true, because like the only reason you don't have all your powers to begin with is because Adam won't let you use them. So you've got a bit of a paradox, because Samus is meant to be this really cool lady, and yet she's taking orders from a man, and that shouldn't happen. And yeah, you sort of want her to go all the way through. I hate you, Adam. Anyway, final score from this game. You'll love great graphics, fun combat, and you'll hate the poor second half and the scaling sections. Final score 7.9 out of 10. I will be doing a playthrough of this game, and my next thing will be Panorama, Addicted to Games, which promises to be hilarious.